Okay, now if we say, if you approach matters from a process point of view, the way you will end up thinking about God is different from classical theism. That is absolutely correct. But classical theism is not personal either, if you just take the metaphysics of it. You get more of a personal view of God from the deists, who really think of the supreme being without any notion of being itself or some other more radically metaphysical notion. Process thought is, that is, if we mean by process thought Hartshorne and Whitehead, they are panentheistic. That's the term that Hartshorne uses. That's quite different from pantheism. Hartshorne by no means supposes that everything is God, but he certainly does believe that God is in everything and everything is in God. My own judgment is that is considerably closer to biblical thinking than classical theism, which really separates God from the world in a way the Bible doesn't, and makes God impervious to events that take place in the world. They don't really make any difference to God. That seems very strange from a biblical point of view, and it's also, it may not be more biblical than the deistic notion of a supreme being who creates, if that's combined also with the notion that the supreme being also acts later on. But I really think it is. I mean, I think that at least the, say, New Testament way of thinking of God locates God within us and within the world. I think that when Paul speaks of Christ or the Spirit, Paul is thinking of God. To that extent, at least, I'm a Trinitarian. And it's Christ in us, and we are in Christ. And it's that kind of dual relationship that seems to me distinctive of Christian thinking about God. And that is very systematically expressed in process thought. So yes, I think that is a change from the philosophical, theological tradition, but I don't see it as making God less God or less appropriate for Christian believers.